First of all, while we're sitting here talking about topics and what have you, you guys are obviously zombie players. I mean, we fucking stream this shit almost damn near daily in the morning, except for this morning because y'all fucking suck. But the whole thing is that you guys saw the Infinite Warfare zombie gameplay.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that did you watch it, Lucy? Did you watch
the interview?
I didn't watch the entire interview.
The one with the corny ass black guy?
Segments.
I swear, I don't know where the fuck they got that black guy. They just picked a fucking...
I swear, that nigga was on the streets.
Like, this nigga was on Craigslist. I swear
that nigga was hopping out his whip, and these niggas like, look, you trying to make a quick, like, $50 right quick, bro?
You're like, yo,
this nigga said, I don't know how I'm supposed to get my money. Yeah, that nigga said, I don't know how I'm supposed to get my money. I'm supposed to work at a pharmacy? Bitch, that was dry. It's time to stop. You gotta go.
Dude was corny, yo. I don't know where the fuck they picked that dude up yet.
And you know they tried so hard to make him funny, man. Did you see the people that were laughing?
I got the
they looked like fucking slay me.
You said you only watched half, but he made this corny joke like towards the end of the interview. Dude was like, yo, because I guess they were talking about something and they were talking about like the arcade or something.
Yeah, they were about to talk about how like the afterlife and stuff. And as soon as they switched the camera to like people who actually make IW, he's like, yo, I got a cramp.
Exactly. That shit was so corny. Like, everybody gonna stop what he's saying because, yo, you got a cramp, fam. I got a cramp. So everybody just gonna stop what they're saying and look at you and laugh. That was supposed to be funny. He was sitting
down. How do you...
That was supposed to be funny. I got a cramp. That was supposed to be funny.
I got a cringe off of that.
Boo, you suck, nigga, get off the stage.
Yo, people think I'm corny. People think I make corny jokes.
He acted like he knew what he was talking about, and he obviously was reading a script.
Didn't know shit. You know what? The funny thing is, we were supposed to be talking about the Infinite Warfare trailer and interview as if we were talking about the actual game and what we like. But the first thing we went to was this corny ass nigga.
Yeah,
just corny as fuck.
Is this a marketing tactic? Is this supposed to be mental?
No, this made me click off the video and dislike.
You fucking bastard! How dare you? But okay, fuck this bald-headed motherfucker, right? You think he better fuck somebody wife long dick style or whatever. But my shit is that, did you guys see the gameplay?
Yeah, the trailer, if I'm gonna be honest with you, when I saw the actual trailer, I didn't really care for the zombies at all. Like, I didn't
It made more sense when they started talking about it.
Exactly. I liked it more when they started talking about it. I actually like more the mechanics than the style. I don't really care for the style, but when they started talking about the core mechanics in the game,
afterlife and stuff, I kind of like how they're doing the arcades.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know how I'm gonna like that. I wonder if they'll just give you the option to just watch. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they gonna just give you the option to watch?
Nah. I feel like if you are playing casually, I feel like it'd be better just to play your own thing while watching others. Because think about it, if you're on level like 40, it's gonna take them a while to go through just around level 40, right?
Yeah,
around 40. So you want to be able to do something in that meantime. They're gonna let you do the arcade and almost get back in. And plus, they also have a lost and found where you can get your weapons back.
Yeah, and also they have an ATM. They have an ATM too.
Yeah. I don't know if Lucy saw. They have an ATM now where you can give other people.
Really?
Yeah. You could put money into the ATM, and then if somebody dies or say you want to give money to people, they can just go to the ATM and pick it up.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for.
Yep. So
I like what they're doing, but then it threw me the fuck off when I looked at how it's laid out. I was under the impression.
You gotta keep in mind they didn't show us the whole map. They only showed us just.
No. I'm not talking about how the map was laid out. I'm talking about how the game itself was laid out. Like,
what you mean?
The shit that bothered me, like when I looked at it. I guess I was expecting them to use the code that Treyarch used, but it looks like fucking exo zombies without a fucking exosuit.
Well, I mean,
their movement looks like exo zombies. Looks like exo
the way they were running towards you look like exo zombies. Like they were just like their arms were
No,
flipping.
the HUD,
the HUD too. Everything is on boots on the ground.
You think the HUD looks like it?
Yeah, like the HUD, like the way the shit is laid out, it looks like exo zombies. Like everything.
I didn't see the HUD.
Okay, like in the interview, there's a part where like, well, of course you had to see the HUD. Like there was a part.
I wasn't watching the interview. I was just listening.
Oh, okay. Well, the way it's laid out, I don't know. It just reminds me of Exo Zombies. Like I wouldn't say it's an exact replica, but it's definitely very similar.
Like it has the same like
just like okay, like you know how like your player's like face is on like a card, kind of like.
Yeah,
that's there. The way it just looks is there. Everything, it just looks like fucking.
But the thing is, the good thing about this, it's not Exo Zombie.
Yeah,
they confirmed it's all boots on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, the thing about Exo Zombies that had me where it wasn't like the boots on the ground shit made me mad, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't care about the thrust jumping and shit in Exo Zombies. That shit didn't bother me at all. To be honest, I actually kind of liked it in Zombies. The thing that pissed me off about Exo Zombies was the fact that there was fucking objectives and shit that I didn't like. That if you didn't complete with EMP your life, that was ridiculous to me. Like if I didn't save Wonder Bitch off the helicopter or whatever she was trying to do, I'm about to get fucked up. It's this bitch fault. I gotta get fucked up.
They have optional challenges this time, and they also have Easter eggs, so you very casual and hard. I'm pretty sure you saw that.
I think that's the core word that we're looking for. That they just have to have optional. It has to be optional. Don't force us to do shit. That's one thing Treyarch never did. Besides the boss battles that came every 5 rounds, they never gave us.
That's not.
They never made us do anything. Everything was optional.
It's not really forced. It's just a little bit just an obstacle in the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, the fuck, it's not. Nigga, have you seen a Panzer on 4? That bitch is not on optional.
Okay, we're not talking about the Panzer. We're talking about the.
No, we're talking about the Panzer, yo. Every 5 rounds, there's a big ass thing coming towards your ass, or the Zetsubi no Shima thing. There's a lot of.
I thought we were talking about the thing in Krovi.
Oh, no, we're talking about just in general. He was just talking. He didn't say a map specifically. He just said in general. But I mean,
he said every 5 rounds, and I saw
Well, I mean, now it becomes random. Now the big boss things come random, but when it came to the Rising Drop, because Panzer, it came almost every 7 rounds. Also,
that Subo, that damn big monster thumper shit, that motherfucker came at least 3 times a wave.
Yeah, exactly. And
that shit was annoying. That was irritating. And that's the thing about it is the word random. That's what makes me so mad about it. See, my thing about Treyarch and the way they do zombies now is why, number one, is the power and Pack-a-Punch so fucking hard to do now. And number 2, I understand you want to make the game different.
Oh, they're making, at least
let a nigga prepare for it. Niggas ain't even ready for this shit. Who the fuck? Zetsubo, this damn thumper comes 3-4 times around with no warning, no indicator, no character announcement to say shit, no call outs, nothing. This bitch just pops up and fucks everything up, and then you sad.
Right.
The Pack-a-Punch is going to be as harder to get to as it has been in BO3 as it's going to be in IW.
Yeah, they're making a ton of things easier. It's they listen to the community when Treyarch did it.
And
that's
they made
exactly
it more
what
casual,
they did.
but there's also going to be Easter eggs.
All through the Black Ops 3 cycle, it just looks like Infinity Ward just listened to the community while we were complaining about Treyarch zombies. They were just listening to us and what they want is a casual experience with hardcore shit, hardcore Easter.
And the thing is, we can play zombies on IW and then go play some player on COD 4. Even though COD 4 is gonna die, I feel the same way. I feel like COD 4 is gonna die. Shit.
Because people say they love COD 4 so much, but the people that are new, they're gonna play COD 4 and just realize that all that stuff people were talking about, it isn't a now game. It was a then game. Yeah. COD 4 is not a now game. It's a then game.
It's died.
I feel like it's not gonna die. It died. I don't think it's gonna die.
They're basically repopulating it. Put it as easy as possible.
No, but I don't think it's gonna die. First of all, I like to encourage that a lot of the people that you watch, that you look up to, are people that thoroughly enjoy Call of Duty since World at War type shit, like Nero Cinema, fucking Ali A, T-Mart, and all they've been playing Call of Duty forever. And the second that these motherfuckers, right, play some COD 4 remaster on their channel, that is their advertisement right there. When the kids
no. The thing is, about the COD 4, it's gonna make still, because if they've been around for a while, they've already done COD content.
I mean, I don't think.
And then they already know everything about COD 4.
Okay, Barlie. Here's a hypothetical scenario. Okay, if you had BO3, MW2, MW3, you had every Call of Duty in this fucking plane of existence,
in your arsenal,
all remastered on a PlayStation 4. Are you only going to play Black Ops 3 because it's more relevant? No, of course.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just going to say a lot of.
Well, that goes back to my original point. It's not going to die. It's just not going to be as popular as Infinite Warfare is going to be.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
I win, bitch. Fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, if they're not going to be adding any content to it, it's going to die. It's going to die pretty quickly.
He's just hyped for it so he can actually.
No, because this is what I'm saying though. This is what I'm saying. You know how Advanced Warfare lasted longer than Call of Duty Ghost did? It's because there was always content.
It was decent when it came out.
Yeah, but I'm saying it died quicker because Advanced Warfare added more content to it all through the year, even after the cycle was over with. And though, it got kind of stale, but it didn't die. That's when, you couldn't say Advanced Warfare died. Advanced Warfare ain't dead yet. It still ain't dead. Advanced Warfare
The game is
going.
cancer, but it's not dead.
It's not dead. It's still going. It's probably not populated, but it's still going.
But
Oh my god.
But I feel like since COD 4, they can't add supply drops to COD 4. You know how much hate they would get for that?
I swear, I hope they keep the bounces in and things like that.
I disagree with you, Lee, because you have to think about it like this also. They're not adding content in it, but they haven't been adding content in it since its life cycle ended, and people still play that game.
But
COD 4 is still heavily popular.
We have a whole different crowd now.
There's only like a couple of thousand people.
We're in the Black Ops 3 crowd. The Black Ops 3 crowd likes shit.
But
they
you're
gotta pay
trying
a whole bunch
to
of
tell
money
me they are kind of fucking luxurious.
And the thing is, I don't expect
fuck you, Barlie.
updates.
The thing that I'm trying to say is that what you're trying to tell me, Lee, is that a game can't be enjoyable because they're not adding content to it. That because the game isn't having anything else for it. I like to say that I think that's one, bullshit. I feel like regardless of how COD 4 is laid out, I think they're going to make it last anyway. But number two, who's to say they're not going to add content? Because they've said that there is things that were taken out of COD 4 upon its release. I like to speculate that upon them dropping DLC packs, it's going to be just the same way they cater to zombies. They're going to add a map and maybe something else for COD 4 as well that they've taken out previously to make people want that. You know what I'm saying?
This is going to be hard for me and Lee to argue because me and Lee, Lucy is a then player. He likes the old style. Me and Lee have moved on with the old style, and we're now a now player. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to argue with Lucy.
But this is my argument. This is my argument. Can you tell me the difference? Like, tell me the staples in the community. Like, what are the head games in the gaming community? Like the ones that everybody buy every single year and play all through the year until the next one come out.
The only ones I can really tell you is Call of Duty and Battlefield because I primarily play first-person shooters.
Nuh-uh. Call of Duty and 2K.
There's a lot of games. Yeah.
Call of Duty and 2K. Those are the staple games that every single year everybody buys it and it lasts the whole year until the next one come out.
No, because Battlefield does count though.
But Battlefield Hardline after Battlefield, like during the first month, that was the hype for Battlefield Hardline. Once that hype left, most people who bought Battlefield Hardline wasn't even playing Battlefield Hardline, except the people who like Battlefield. But
the reason why 2K doesn't die so fast is because in their Ultimate Team or their My Team kind of genre, they literally add cards almost every single week.
Exactly. So that's the main thing I'm trying to say. Adding content through the whole year that people have to buy, it makes it last longer. COD 4 didn't have that. People lived off of COD 4 just because they basically love the basic mechanics and called it Call of Duty, and it was a new thing. So like that's why Call of Duty back then lasted so long. But in this date and era, Call of Duty 4 will only last for the people who were then players. But since now Call of Duty is for the now players, it's not going to last that far. I think Infinite Warfare is going to be the biggest game, no matter how much shit people talk and I'm not buying Infinite Warfare. I'm going to get COD 4 and throw Infinite Warfare away. Infinite Warfare is going to be the most played multiplayer game now. Even the people who say, I'm going to buy Battlefield 1, it's going to be the most played multiplayer game now. I can bet.
Yeah, because people that are going to play Battlefield 1 are just literally Call of Duty haters, and they're still going to buy Call of Duty just so they can hate on it.
Exactly, and what I really hate is that people are going to buy Battlefield 1, right? And they're not going to like because they're not Battlefield players. Battlefield 1 is not Call of Duty. Just because it's based back in the old days, this shit is not Call of Duty. Yeah. It's not World at War. It's fucking Battlefield. In World War I
Lucy can agree to that. It's like nothing like Call of Duty.
It's nothing like Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's definitely not, no.
So people who love Call of Duty talking about, since they won't give us no old game, I'm going to go buy Battlefield 1 and play the shit out of that game. No, you're not. You're not a Battlefield player. Only people who love
if they buy it, they're not going to like it.
The only people who love objective shit and a big arsenal and pretty much realistic game style playing, not arcade bullshit that Call of Duty gives you. Real realistic gaming. That is like, it's kind of like it's more like a simulator, a war simulator.
It actually puts you in like the situation.
Exactly. It's more like a war simulator. Like they have bullet drop, the sniper bullet drop and everything. Like they pride themselves on that. They're not going to change that just because they're trying to appeal to a Call of Duty audience. Like it's not the same thing. So
yeah, okay. I'll say two things. First of all, I don't think that just because the people that are in this Call of Duty realm now are not going to like COD 4 because it's a then game or whatever the fuck you were talking about. I feel like, okay, let's first of all state that a lot of the people playing the game right the fuck now have went from then to now. All right, and they like it. So I think that the transition can be reversed, me personally. And I also have to state that the whole thing about Battlefield 1 and why people are going to, regardless of how they feel about the game, is like this right here, man. Okay, first of all, I do like Battlefield. I've always liked Battlefield, but I've never really been a primarily Battlefield person. The reason I went to primarily Battlefield as far as multiplayer games goes is because of the very fact that whenever you get sick of that shit that Black Ops 3 pulls, you have to find the most closely related thing that you can, and that's Battlefield. Battlefield, while it may not be anything like Call of Duty, you got to be honest, it's the closest thing to Call of Duty we've seen.
Second best,
Call of Duty.
Yeah, it is
first person shooter.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we can make to Call of Duty. So this is why people are going to Battlefield 1. I think they know what they're getting themselves into. I think they're very aware that it's nothing alike. But the problem is like, what the fuck else can you do? Me personally, like, when it comes to like the Black Ops 3 multiplayer, I get sick of motherfuckers jumping, sliding, hopping, and it just seems like they learned that shit so fucking well. Like, these motherfuckers are immortal. These niggas be
like most kids
jumping.
now. They're
But yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to say. Most of the kids now are like that.
Just spoiled, and they all have like little scout controllers. They can press the back button.
Okay, and
so
that's cool. But you can do that same thing on COD 4. I don't think that
you can't. Ask,
yeah, you can.
It's so different.
Scuff jumping has been around for a minute.
Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about BO3, like where you can exo up and then still move while you're exoing.
Of course not that, but like the scuff
jumping. Nigga, what the fuck? Bart, shut the fuck up. My thing is, the thing I'm trying to say is that it's not going to die because of this then now shit y'all talking about, all right? And nor is anybody going to Battlefield 1 going to be not impressed with Battlefield 1 or not enjoy it because it's not like Call of Duty. I feel like if they didn't enjoy it, it'll be for other reasons, but I think they know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you at the same time.
It's a hard
situation. I remember when Call of
situation.
Duty Ghosts came out, I couldn't handle Call of Duty Ghosts.
Now
It
that
just
we're on
died
the
way too
Battlefield
quickly.
topic, can we talk about Battlefield?
I mean, we'll go to that in a second, but let me just make my point. Because I remember Call of Duty Ghosts was the main game, and I just couldn't play it. I wasn't good at it. The lunge knifing just killed me. I couldn't do it.
A lot of people went to BO2, and BO2 didn't die. It literally stayed
I'm talking
for
about
another
Battlefield
whole
4. Battlefield 4 was the main game when Call of Duty Ghosts came out. And I went to Battlefield 4, and I just couldn't play it. I just wasn't good at it. I pretty much gave it back to GameStop as soon as I got it, because I just wasn't good at it. I beat the campaign, and then I just I couldn't play the multiplayer. I feel like that's how most people are going to be when Battlefield 1 come out. It's going to be the same way.
I disagree because a lot has changed in Battlefield since Battlefield 4. A lot has changed. And the thing of the matter is what you really don't know. I've talked to a lot of really good Battlefield players, and they were all Call of Duty formers. Like, they all liked Call of Duty at one point, and they just realized that it just wasn't a game for them. So it's just like, I don't think that because you're a COD enthusiast that Battlefield is going to be any less appealing because they're not the same thing. I feel like that very diversity in itself is enough to keep people playing the game regardless of how they feel about Call of Duty or whatever the fuck it is that they're used to. That Battlefield has enough in it to satisfy almost any realm of gamers. I don't think anybody's just going to come and buy Battlefield and think, oh, well, it's not like Call of Duty, so fuck it. I'll just go back to playing the shit that stressed me the fuck out. It makes me want to go fucking kick toddlers on the goddamn street and shit.
But I can almost bet to you that most of the people that you talk to were people who played Call of Duty back when it was, a pretty
good.
Back when it wasn't based on arcade shooting, because Call of Duty wasn't always an arcade shooter. Like, you could compare it to Battlefield at some point. Like COD 4, you could compare it to Battlefield. Modern Warfare 2, that's when it became a little bit more arcadey. World at War, you can compare it to Battlefield. Now it's just way too arcadey, and I'm pretty sure those people went to Battlefield. I'm talking about those people who lived, like, for example, myself, Black Ops 1 was my first Call of Duty, and Black Ops 2 was my first multiplayer game. Now, that's why, like, I'm too used to the arcade stuff to go into that realistic Battlefield zone.
Okay, I like to say that I don't think that they actually changed from their arcadiness. I just think the way the game looked.
Yeah, it got more vibrant.
Yeah, that's all that really happened. Call of Duty has always been the way it's been. Like, I don't think really, if you think about it, Call of Duty was never at one point comparable to Battlefield.
COD 4 was pretty slow.
COD 4 was pretty comparable.
Okay, but I mean, like, not really though. It's still the same arcadey thing that you're talking. I'm talking about as part of the concept of it. Like, it's still like arcadey. Like, you can still get X
COD 4 is
kills,
definitely still more fast paced than Battlefield.
That's what I'm talking about though. I'm talking about okay, look, the thing I'm trying to say is that regardless of which realm of players you are, being the veterans or being these new school motherfuckers, I don't think that by going to Battlefield, you're going to think that Battlefield is just too complex for you to get used to. At the end of the day, right, every first person shooter is pull left trigger, hold right trigger, right? I mean, it's not really that much of diversity if you honestly just break it down to its most simplest form. They're all the same shit. But I also feel like I see where you're coming from. I just think that the problem is with it is that you're thinking that, okay, because Battlefield's more serious and I guess Call of Duty's more laid back, I guess is what you're talking about. The transition from there is like it will like, lose interest in them. But the game isn't fucking Discovery Channel. It's not just so fucking dry that you get on that bitch and it's just too serious to even fucking play.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's mechanics of Battlefield.
I'm not saying it's unplayable. I'm just arguing it with Call of Duty.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too. And from a Call of Duty perspective, it's not going to be unplayable. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say unplayable, I mean like just boring and just not entertaining. Like, it's too serious for you to even fucking like the game. Like, it's not going to be that fucking bad. To be honest with you, I think that in most cases, Battlefield is sometimes a little bit less realistic than Call of Duty. Like, yeah, it has like math in it and shit with the bullet drop and all the extra fucking recoil and shit. But you ever heard of a fucking jet swap before?
No.
Let me tell you about fucking jet swap and why I will never listen to a Battlefield player when they tell me a fucking jet swap is when your bum ass is in a jet, all right, you have another enemy jet chasing you. You literally jump out your jet, snipe the nigga in the jet behind you in the face, and jump in his jet. What the fuck? Where realism? Where's the realism? Who does this shit? I never talked to an army veteran. He was like, and one day I was just in my jet. I jumped out my jet and I gunned that man down. I fucking nosedived into his fucking seat. I took the fucking keys back in his ignition. I turned that bitch on. Who does this shit?
Yeah, that's a Battlefield experience though. That is like,
that's
you can create your own like realism. Like you can create your own. So you can do a lot more shit that's like really fun in Battlefield that you can't really do in Call of Duty because Call of Duty is so arcadey and like you can only play it one way.
Reason why Battlefield, I feel like Battlefield and Call of Duty game, I feel like it's almost mandatory.
Yo, alright.